Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2021, the Youth Academy Challenge of Siena. If you like this kind of videos, be sure to like and share this video and to subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. So this is already my best intake right here and now, due to the fact we've got someone who's already got 3 stars in current ability, turning up and arriving. And he's already someone I think I can put into the first team, which is scary when you think about it, isn't it? But yes, this is the intake. This is really good. I've actually managed to tinker this a little bit so I know where they're born, what personality they have, and what media handling style they have, as well as their second nation. So we literally can just have a little look from this and say, yes, this is promising. The fact we have this kind of team, these kind of talents coming in is amazing. And the guy is resolute. The person we're looking at as our best intake so far is a resolute personality. So he's better than Gallardi already as a defender. He might already be better than Pellegrino, which if we were to compare to Pellegrino, is actually potentially close to be the case. Look at that. Attacking, vision and speed. He's better than Pellegrino. He's not that far off from Pellegrino at all, is he? Which is the scary part. If we look at Gallardi now, I'd actually say he's probably better than Gallardi apart from the physicals. But again, that's just one of those things. Physicals, Gallardi's just incredible in his own right. So that's not much to be sneezed at. But also, it says a lot how good he is in physicals when this guy is actually that good. But let's compare him to Alberti, because this is the main man in defense. And Alberti is better in every area apart from attacking and speed, which I suppose tells you a lot. But my days are days. This is exciting when this is literally the benchmark now. And we're going to compare him to ball-playing defender. Alberti's better in the heading, the first touch, the marking, the passing, and the technique. Tackling, though, he's actually been beaten. Aggression, he's better. Anticipation is better. Bravery, he's eclipsed in. As is composure, he's not as good as. Concentration's the same. Decisions, Alberti's better. Positioning, Alberti's better as well, as is the vision. Jumping reach, Alberti's better because he's 6'6" for goodness sake. Pace, he's not as good. And then you got the strength of 14. So yeah, I think Landy is pretty good. And the fact we got someone like this in our intake straight away tells me a lot. I just wasn't expecting it. I was thinking, oh, it's a golden generation, it's not going to be that good. Apparently, it's going to be good if this guy turns up in our intakes, and we could potentially make him very, very good indeed. He's got a lot of room to grow too, so I am so excited for this guy's potential because I think he will be the leading defender at the moment. And along with Gallardi, who's also now 2.5 stars, and you also got Rossi, who's around. I mean, this is a very exciting intake, a very exciting time to be a Siena fan. And I just realized all my defenders are now looking like they could be 5 stars. The facilities we're upgrading, they're actually helping the potential as well, just getting better and better, aren't they? What a scary thought. And look at this, Pavel's now potentially going to be 4.5 stars. So we've also improved our facilities as well, and it seems like it's actually helping our players become better and better, which is very scary indeed. We've also got a right back in Cabres who can also play as a left back. So he's more as a right-footed, prefers it. He's reasonable with the left foot though, but he can also play as centre-back. No-nonsense style of defender, which is a bit annoying because I want more, but he's also good at crossing and dribbling, so he's got some areas I'm looking for. Passing technique, not so great, but again, we could work on that. Also, inverted winger or inverted wingback. I've heard that's popular these days. He can play that as well if we needed him to, so even better for us. A 5-star potential, low determination, but we can work on that, very much so. Matias Salvadori is another player that we are looking at. A winger on attack. The fact he's already a winger straight away is very good. He's got a lot of flair too, so we can make him do some tricks if we needed him to do some tricks. Very exciting to see what he can do here. And for me, this is a good sign. Matteo Puro, the third of the Matteos. The MacLeod Musketeers. I'm just going to make that joke and just going to say, yeah, that's what I'm going to do for the day. This guy's right-footed, unambitious, unfortunately, but he's also got good determination as well. So I'm not going to complain. He's got lots that we can be excited about. We've got a lot of defenders right now, and it's actually really interesting and very exciting to say the least. Junior Ike, a goalkeeper this time, Nigerian goalkeeper, good goalkeeper at the moment. He's got room to grow because, well, he's only 15. born in 2020 now. We're getting to that stage where it's literally catching us to real life. Next intake will be when they are born in 2021. And that's a scary part here because they'll be literally born ahead of time. Unfortunately, he argues with officials, which is a bit concerning. But apart from that, he's okay. The reason I'm not happy about that is the fact I literally don't know why he's thinking that. But also, he's got Italian nationality, so he could be Italian, for we know, in the future if he wants to be. Axel Westerland, much as I was not expecting it, this guy is Italian and Swedish, so very excited for that. He's about 1.5 stars already, is good. He's not brave, which is a little concerning, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world either. Marking and heading, not so great, as is his crossing, which, again, could be a bit concerning if we want him to be on the wings, especially when he's taking corners, taking free kicks, so not ideal there. But other than that, he looks very good for his age. And I think we've got a lot of room to go with him. I really do. Luca Marcella, again, good player. This time on the left, and it's actually a left wing back. So I haven't had a natural wing back yet, which is very interesting. And if anything, could give me a chance to potentially use someone in this position. He's the same position, he's the same area as Andrea Malika, who, let's be honest, is probably the best player we have on that side in terms of potential outside of Ashan. And Gallardi, especially with DPS Siena 28, there's a lot of players that can come through and actually take those spots. So good luck to our current players at the moment, because with all the young talent coming through, this is very exciting. This guy's very good though as well. So he's got the pace, he's got the acceleration. If I wanted to, I can make him more attacking if I really wanted to. So it's not like he doesn't have the ability to do it. If we can make him more attacking, I'll probably make him more attacking. I got a lot of faith this guy could be good. He's an attacking fullback too. So the fact he's actually listed as an attacking fullback means that we can make him someone that can go forward a lot, so that's exciting. And he's also got 10 flair, so again, could do a lot of damage. Nicolas Finette, another player on the right hand side, so he is fairly loyal, that's fine, we don't mind that at all. And this guy for me is very exciting because of the fact, well, he's got potential, and he's not amazing, I'll be honest and say that here and now, he's not amazing, but he has what I'm looking for. Good crossing, good dribbling, good technique. He's got the pace as well. Stamina could be worked on, but that's something he'll have to work on in time. Off the ball is decent. First touch and passing are decent. Work rate too. So everything we need in the winger, he's good at, apart from the stamina. So, I mean, he's also around in the mental, so it's not like he's a terrible player. But again, very exciting to say the least. Matteo Frasiniti. Why do we have 4 players with the first name Matteo? I don't understand. But this guy's also a winger. A bit unfortunate this time because he's playing on the side that we don't really use wingers. But if we wanted to go for a defensive winger, we could literally use him. And he actually suits the role for a defensive winger if we needed to go for that route. But again, we've got a lot of potential. Whether or not we can make him in the middle probably would be not suited for that, honestly. But if we can work on his right foot, then who knows? Maybe we could be good here. But he knows the ball past his opponent, so he has that ability for him. Pino Mazzucci is another player, another fullback. Has 1.5 stars in ability, but has 3.5 stars in potential. He's a perfectionist, so he's got the personality I'm looking for. And also, he can play on every area on the right hand side, apart from the winger. But honestly, I like what I'm looking at here. He's a fullback who can attack, so I can have him defending too if I needed him to. But yeah, this guy, he's got the acceleration for it, and I think we can make him a winger. I don't know if we'll actually do it in the long term, but I have a lot of faith this guy can go to be a very good potential, especially with the perfectionist personality. Last player looking at is Luca Benedetti, a striker. First striker we looked at, and he's got the finishing of 13, which is good. Acceleration of 12. I think this guy could be an advanced forward. He just needs to work on a few other things like his passing, his work rate, which we can bully him into improving, the work rate part. And the balance could be needing to work on as well, but yeah, there's a lot of things to like about this guy. Is he amazing? No, but that's also because he's 16 and he's only just come for the intake. I say that. I can't even use that excuse anymore considering we've got Landy in the team. This guy's 15 and he already looks amazing, so I don't have that excuse. Either way, this has been good. Shall we look at the games we've had since we last met each other? The first game we had was away from home against Calgary, and we lost this game by 2-0 after Ramirez scored 2 times for the team. The first of which was in 10 minutes, and the second of which was in the 60th minute of the game. And I was honestly thinking, have we made a mistake, considering we're losing to a team that's in the relegation zone as of this moment in time? And honestly, we had more chances. We just didn't take them. They just took their chances. We didn't. And I'm looking at the tactics. I'm thinking, I need to change something very, very soon because it's not working for me right now. It really isn't. The next game we had was at home with Fiorentina, and we lost this game by a single goal. And honestly, it was one of those games where their goal was coming. It was not just a matter of if they was going to score. It was more of when they were going to score. And they just were very, very good. And if we had got a point out of this, then we would have somehow blagged our way through this situation. I wouldn't have been very impressed with our defending if we had done something there. But yeah, weren't our best, and we deserved to lose this game by 1-0. It could have been and should have been more. The next game we had was away from home against Bologna, and we went behind inside 7 minutes after we gave the ball away, and they scored the opening goal very comfortably, 1-0 to them. And it was 2-0 inside 29 minutes of the game. We just did not cope at all defensively, and they were just able to get goals left, right, and centre. Defensively, we've been all over the place as of late, and they scored this free kick as well. It was the best free kick they've scored in a while, and we do get a goal ourselves. For a free kick from ourselves, Brazzoni scores, it's in off the bar, and yeah, 3-1. It's the only goal we had in the last couple of games, and that's not a good sign when we've lost 3 games in a row. Luigi Lucchini had his worst game of the season and maybe his career with us in this game. The next game we had was at home against Juventus, and they smashed us 4-0. We were 3-0 down inside 90 minutes. It was just one of those games where if they hadn't scored, it would have been surprising, but they scored that goal easily. They then scored this penalty. It was disappointing. It was 2-0 early on, and 40 minutes in, it's 3-0. And it's just one of those flurry of goals where nothing's going right for you, and it just could not get any worse for us. It really couldn't. 71 minutes it took to get their 4th goal, but they got their 4th goal, and Navarro is a nightmare to deal with. A very good player indeed. There's a reason why, when I highlighted him many years ago, that I knew he was going to be an amazing player, and he's just proven that to be the case. Best player in the league by some distance. We need a striker like that to really help us with our charge towards the top half finish every year. We're not going to get this year, I don't think, because we're losing every game at the moment. The next game we had was away from home against Spal, and we actually took the lead for the first one in a long time. We've scored. Jack Oliver with the finish. Hasn't got many goals this year compared to the last couple of years, but they do equalise just a few minutes later, 29 minutes in to be exact, and I was disappointed that Dipoli was able to get this goal. I was hoping for a win. We can't even get that at the moment, so yeah, we deserve. I generally think we should have won this game, but we just didn't take our chances when we had them, and that for me is the disappointing part. We felt like the better team for most of this game, and when they get those 2 goals, it just annoys me more than I like to admit. The last game we had was a game where we were hosting Atalanta, and I thought we could get a point from this, but no, Pruna scores that finish. It's 1-0, the only goal of the game for Atalanta, and we've lost our 5th game in 6, which is not great. We are legitimately playing like a relegation side at the moment, and for me, that is not good. Team's not been great. We've had chances, but again, we don't take them. We only had 2 shots on target, they had 6, so if we were to survive, then yeah, we've scraped by because we've got 4 wins and a bounce or something like that. It's ridiculous how bad we're playing at the moment. And as things stand, we are in 13th place, taking on 10th place Roma, and we need to win. If we win, we are going to be back up to 12th place ahead of Sampdoria, but we are thankfully 13 points clear of the relegation zone. We've got to play against the teams in the bottom half, thankfully for us. With our opponents, after this, we've got Sampdoria, then Inter, then Sassuolo, then Napoli, then Frosinone, then Hellas Verona, then Sassuolo, and then Parma. I'd say, apart from the Inter, Napoli, and Roma games, and maybe the Sampdoria, we've got 5 very kind fixtures to us. Yes, Sassuolo are probably a difficult team since they're in the top 7 now, but given everything else that's happened this year, I'll just be grateful just to get survival. I just want to get the 40 points, and that's literally it now. If we get the 40 points, then we're safe, and we should be good. In fact, 34 points can still see us get relegated in recent years, because 32 points, actually 34, we've got since survived last year, and the year before, and even the year before that. So yeah, 34 points would have seen us relegated in the 2032 season, and I look at this and I think, yeah, even the 29 would have seen us relegated with 36 points, the points we got in our first season. So we need to get as many as 30 points, 27 source get relegated with that. There's a lot of seasons where you can get relegated with 34 points, and we need to avoid it. I think there's about 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seasons would have seen us relegated with 34 points, so we need to keep ourselves up and up and get more and more points until we are absolutely certain that we can't go down. And with teams like Sub2L, who just beat Inter Milan of all bloody teams on the rise, and Inter struggling for form of late, and Juventus now starting to build a bit of a gap and potentially are going to run away with a title. It's not ideal, to say the least. But with Roma struggling again for the 3rd time in recent years, they just sacked their manager after they lost 4-1 to Napoli, for goodness sake. We might have a chance if we can get our young talents coming through and getting better and better. We're going to have state-of-the-art facilities, by the way. I'm just going to go over this briefly. We've upgraded our facilities to now be superb, and we've already convinced the board to improve them. We should be done in June. So that should be state-of-the-art facilities for training. Once we get the youth facilities fully upgraded again, and I want to get more of that sorted out, they're not going to go for it yet. But once we get that sorted out as well, we could potentially look into making this even better. And next year, I'm going to have to look at merely a new formation, because it feels like the formation I'm using right now are not working. And it says a lot. It really does. Either way, though, we're going to kick on from this and hope we can get something out of this. I don't think we can beat Roma, but it'd be nice if we could at least get a point against them, right? That's what I'm asking for, a point. It's not hard to get, is it? Okay, so they've got a free kick, and I'm already concerned that we're going to lose this game. So we're just trying to attack them, and going attacking it is probably what we want to be trying to do. And right now, we might need to just regroup. Cut inside. Go for even better wingbacks, potentially, but they're going to have a chance early on. Sykes on the ball. He's kind of played across potentially. Has done, and it's already a goal. Defensively, we're not going to cope at this moment in time, and I think I'm really going to make a change, and that is potentially going to be an interesting one. Let's go and do this. Let's get rid of this, actually. I'm just going to go for this and not save that. We are not going to save this. We're going to go for the best roles possible for the team. We're going to go, not for the Pulse 9. We're going to go for the deep line forward on support. Oh, he's already injured. Oh, that's great. We're going to go for shorter. We're going to go slower. I think we're going to go for slower. We need to go slower at this point. I don't think it's going to work. Be more expressive as well. We're going to regroup as well. And I don't think we can justify doing that. Literally, I'm literally going to just try and hope for the best, honestly. This would be the fullbacks and centre-backs because, you know, shorter passing. We're not going to go for the offside trap. We're not going to go for a high line engagement. We're just going to sit back. We're going to use, we're going to have the tighter marking. We're going to prevent this distribution of that, but we're going to press them anyway. I think we will do that, though. And we won't force them outside. We're going to go inside as well. So I'm literally just going to say this here now. I don't think there's a lot we can do at the moment. And I don't like the fact I'm saying this, but I feel like I have to say this now. Let's also just change that around. Ball playing defender here. Also going to get rid of that and that. We're going to get rid of the personalized instructions as well. And we're going to make you... Oh my days, are you really that bad now? Defend the version? No, let's not go for that. Let's go for something that will hold our shape, which might actually need to be there. We're going to go and get rid of those roles. We're literally going to get rid of all the personal instructions because I need to get rid of those. We're actually going to make them a ball playing defender. Let's go with this, get rid of that. So I'm literally going to get rid of every instruction possible and just hope that maybe we can find something with this. I think we're going to try and confuse them with the Shadow Striker though and go balanced and just not go low crossing. I think that's not helping with Oliver's height. That's not going to work at all. I'm just going to hope for the best, honestly. This is literally just a guesswork. And this is literally me just working on this and saying, okay, we considered the goal early on. Can we try something different? I'm literally just experimenting at this point against a Roma side that we are probably going to lose against. But I don't mind because it's a Roma side we're going to lose against. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does work, then we've come up with something potentially at the end of the day which could be useful. We got a throw. And I tell you what, if this actually ended up working, then I might have found something by accident. I don't think it's going to work, but Pigneri on the ball. Plays it across to Bondi. He's offside. Even I knew he was offside. I don't know why that was an idea that could go for us, but yeah, we got a shot that was offside. Apparently, we can score. And they've had no shot since we last had a highlight, so yeah. Awkward. That's just very awkward that we've literally gone for that and thought, yeah, he's onside. He's clearly off. I mean, it's not even a subtle thing. It's the most blatant offside I've ever seen. What are you doing? So as things stand, we've not done much at all. Like, we've literally done nothing. And we need to do more. We need to be better than this. So could we do more? Maybe? Yes? No? I don't know. I'm just confused. We've got a goal kick, which is fine. Got Luki in the ball now. Plays the ball forward. The issue with the ball playing defense is they try to take risks, which doesn't always work. But Barbini gets the ball back. Good for him. Here's Fantosi. Now Conte. Fofana. Oliver. Fofana again. The shadow striker and the deep line forward working together nicely. Here's Bondi. Can play the cross. And he has done. It's been not the best cross in the world, but we get the ball. He tried to go in and actually got tackled. He's on a booking though, so I'm a little concerned he's died. That's his second booking. That's his second red card in a matter of games. What are you doing? I swear to God, some of my players are idiots. We're not going to get rid of the stigma, are we, that we're a dirty team. This is not going to work. Let's just do this. We've literally got nothing to lose anymore. They got a free kick. Camacho takes it. Ribeiro. Namet plays it across. And Fofana does get to that first. Here we go. Conte now. If we get an equaliser from this, then it's a miracle. It really is. Here's Bozzoni. He plays an inverted winger. He can do it, despite the fact he's left-footed. But he's lost the ball. He's got it still. Still going. And we might have a penalty. What? Is that really a penalty? I guess it might be a penalty if it's that bad of a tackle. But if that's a penalty, then I'll go very defensive and try... Yeah, it's a penalty. If we score this penalty, then we are going to go very, very defensive to try and hold on for this point when we're down to 10 men. Oliver with a chance, and he scores the penalty. 164 goals now in the league. It's his 19th of the season. I'm going very defensive now. I'm just going to be honest and say we're going very defensive, and we're going to hope for the absolute best because we do not deserve anything out of this. Let's change this up. Hang on, let's change this. We are going to go and make you a deep... I'm going to do this. Bondi's going to come deep now. He is going to be a defensive winger on defend. We're going to make you defensive because we can. We're going to make you defensive too. Even though it, well, does it? It doesn't stop them from going forward. So there we go. We are going to do this. This is literally my attempt to stop them from getting anything out of this. If it backfires, then it's my own fault. But I'm literally going to go so defensive right now. It is ridiculous. And we are going to go and make you a... Well, we're not going to do that. We can't make him dribble less. We can't have him do that. This is literally just me just hoping for the absolute best. Can you go that way? No, you can't go that deep. This is what we're going to do. This is probably the most silliest thing I've ever done. But we're going to make him a defensive wing on defend 2. We're going to make you a Gonche. We're actually... Did I not take you off those roles? Let's take that off. And now let's make you a target man on support. And actually make you an advanced attacking midfielder on attack. Yeah, that's literally what we're going to do. This might be a very bad call on my part, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I'm just hoping for the absolute best right now. I mean, I could make one more change. And I can't make another change. I make my 3 changes. Never mind. Koluka in the ball. Here's Rossi. If we end up losing this now, because I made a mistake, it's my own fault. We played the ball away. Oliver didn't get to it. Here's Namet. And what a tackle. Good tackle in the end. We're gonna make some more changes actually. I'm not content with this right now. So we're actually gonna make you a second striker and make him a false 9. False 9 while you are gonna be in a pressing forward on attack. This is gonna go so bad. It's not even a joke. It's not even a joke. Or I do this. I'm just concerned they've got a chance. That's why I'm literally making these changes. And I got the ball away. Okay, Oliver's hit the ball away, which is good. We're playing so defensive right now. Like, I'm literally just hoping for the absolute best because we got that penalty. I probably could have just kept going with the tactic I was using before, but Mazzola plays it. Oh, Gallardi's not got to that first. Never mind. Never mind. I've made a mistake. Well, it was worth the risk, right? It was worth the attempt to try and get something out of this. I'm not going to watch this again, but I made a mistake. All right, I tell you what, despite the fact we lost this, we still did ourselves justice, I think, a little bit. Because we were down to 10 and we got an equalising goal. And yes, we lost it late on due to a second goal, but I feel like it was kind of my mistake than anything else. And I will still say that was actually a good effort. It wasn't our best game, but it was a good effort. But now I've got to look at the team and say, okay, maybe we need to look at this and say, this isn't an issue. 8 games without a win. We're mid-table, and I think we could still find ourselves in a relegation fight. I really do, but I'd rather not look at it and say that's an issue. What we're going to do, though, is go forward, and we're going to watch the... I'm actually going to watch the match between the young talents and then hope for the best. We've had some really bad performances as of late, and I think now I might need to look at the team and say maybe I need to replace some of these players who are playing in the team, because they've been kind of useless as of late. And I despise the fact, I hate to say that, despite the fact I actually have to say that about some of these players. I have a lot of fondness for some of these players. But when they're not performing and they consistently are letting me down every week, then there's an issue somewhere. And that for me is a massive, massive concern. So we're going to go forward until we get to the youth candidates match and see who's coming in, because we got a lot of players we're going to sign up. I really do think that's the case now. Okay, so I've just watched this game and it's actually very entertaining. You kind of wish you would be able to see yourselves, but a lot of players are wanted and a lot of players have been looked at, and actually they're going for only for 3 stars at worst, which is good. And I like this group a lot. I really like this group. So we're going to look at this, and they're going to look at some of these players and say, yeah, make them a centre back or something like that. So our right back, Cabas, has been looked at saying you could be trained as a centre back. Landy could be trained as a right back. Interesting. Very interesting. I thought that they might bring him up, but Marcelo could be a left winger, which is good, to say the least. It's interesting that I literally looked at some of these players and say, okay, they could be wingers as well, right? But yeah, what we're going to look at, though, is that some of the players were great on the day, but other players were not so great on the day. And we're going to sign them all that are on this list. So we're going to end this here, however. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video, and that you will subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. Landy actually made a mistake in that game, so I'm already looking at him thinking, is he the one that we're looking for? But either way, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.